2 hours just because, to complete the strength portion. If please ask me, of course. If you feel your field training officer or education director is going too fast, you can ask them to review the content slower. We recommend take note of paper or out of this. Or if you check in game, you do this. It's not work, never mind. If you complete the in-class and in-game training, which you will do, you'll be Firefighter 1. Going on to the next introduction. Radio communications. What does RTO mean in your own words?
What? What again? What again?
What does... So, first thing we're going to go over is radio traffic. And the first section is RTO, meaning radio check only. RTO stands for radio check only when dispatch back. This can be by check control channel. Very much. In strict RTO, remain in strict RTO transmission significant traffic. You may use the radio to communicate important calls to your command staff if there's no dispatch. Please limit the use of character chatter on the radio. MCFR, we do not use toads primarily in some cases, but we do use it primarily for on duty and on active call frequency. Meaning you are to use plain English and only English. Respectful tone, respectful words, any of that sort. Let's go and move on to the next thing. Okay, so radio traffic. We're going to go on to self-dispatching, which now is not necessarily something we need to talk about. We already learned about that. Large scene communication, this is a big one. When arriving on the highest-ranking member on stage will establish fire EMS command. To do this, link ladder 20 establishing Mano Boulevard command and Fripple. Engine 26 establishing road name command, and of course, all radio traffic will do scan before being relayed to dispatch. For 20 wanted to request another they would ask it from scene command. The scene command will forward the message to dispatch. Only then scene command will communicate with dispatch while on large scene. Sorry, I had a burp. Scene command is not established on small scenes. For example, smaller MVA's medical scenes do not need command established. But if there were a plane crash, that would be a large scale scene, which is in terms for scene command. Scene size ups. Scene size ups is the initial evaluation of an incident. In particular, the determination of immediate hazards to responders, other lives, and property. What additional resources may be needed. For example, apparatus not arriving on location for the first step. Address or business name is number of floors and divisions. Occupancy type, description of conditions. What do you need? Fire, smoke, where? Fully involved heat and smoke in structures or vehicle so widespread that internal access may wait unit fire. Wait. Unit fire and smoke are controlled. Correction. Smoke showing. Smoke is visible from the structure or vehicle. Nothing showing. No smoke or flames are visible. Action taken. What are you doing? Investigating or stretching hose or laying a tack line? Going on to the next one, and then we'll go on to the fire gun operations. And let me share my screen actually, so you'll be able to watch what I mean by this. Actually, change my screen. This is size up continuation. Building sides. Alpha would be the front, basically front. Bravo would be left, Charlie would be back, Delta would be right. The four names clockwise around the building. Engine 20 is on the scene of a 5-story commercial structure. Heavy fire and smoke from the Alpha Delta corner. On the 5th Division, Engine 20 will establish a water supply and pull a 2.5 to the Alpha side on a fire attack. The Engine 20 will have Joshua Road is just an example for like 5M. Joshua Road Command. We will be operating with the offensive strategy. Stand by for 360. Basically, just for us, and that's what you would basically say. Now we're going to go on to the fire ground operations to ensure that you know everything what is to do on a fire ground operation. Scene safety. Go ahead and hop in the truck with me and our engine, and we'll be able to go. We'll do a scene real quick. All three here. Alt. Alt.
多多水嚟飲，你連個水飲都清咗入邊嚟，呢係熱毒發出嚟嘅。
You said?
Alright, so go ahead and get in the rig, and we're gonna go do a practice scene real quick to ensure scene safety knowledge.
Alright.
So we're going to go ahead and go to a call. Let's just say we have a MVA, right? For example.
Yep.
First, we would corner the engine like this, and say, for example, we would need to go place out a flare, 3 flares, and then not to mention we would have somebody. Give me a second. We would have somebody with a, let's see, cone. Where are the cones? Cone. So then we would also place cones. Just for scene safety. And then we would have those out. It's not standard of how I did it, but it's just to give you an idea. And then we'd start fire ground operations for a vehicle. We'd go ahead and assess what we need to do. So you would assess by saying what puts a threat, etc., etc. You must prioritize scene safety. This can be achieved by simply getting law enforcement on stage at a staging point. It should be set up if a location is too dangerous for us to move into. If you're encountered with a violent situation, you would call law enforcement officers, which is not necessarily needed because we're a safe team. Apparatus positioning is essential to being safe when on a busy road or highway. And the engine, ladder, and rescue are great tools to protect you and others from fast oncoming traffic, which shouldn't be a thing in Mano, but it is. First, have a caution vehicle, chief car, Leo, patrol car, either one, at least a quarter mile ahead of the scene to make sure drivers are aware of what is going on and to slow down. Use an on-scene apparatus as a blocker, so basically like what I'm doing. Did I really just lose my... Give me a second. Here. So basically what I'm doing, I would block off a portion of the car, and then a chief car would be basically right here, like right in this general area. When we use the on-scene apparatus as a blocker between oncoming traffic and between you and the people on scene. Utilize cones and other traffic caution devices to keep you and others safe. Moving on to the next one. SCBA and evacuation tones. Since we don't really have working SCBA that have evacuation tones, I'm going to try to get some working. The municipality uses MSA Gen, one self-contained breathing apparatus. Every tank holds about a 15 IRL minute of air and 10 minutes for work. After 10 minutes, you have 5 minutes of low alarm air. With your 10 minutes, you have 5 minutes with your low alarm air. For every rotation of air bottles, a firefighter must go through a rehab session with on-scene medics. Evacuation tones. Basically, if command were to order the fire building to be evacuated, or on fire building to be evacuated due to hazardous conditions, a tone will conduct this via dispatch, and operators will play a horn sequence on the scene. Moving on to the next one. What is a mayday? Mayday is a word to signal a life-threatening emergency on the fire grounds. To know mayday, use the following acronym. Lunar is basically what it is. L standing for location, unit number for unit, N for name, assignment, what you are doing for A. Give me 1 second, I have to pause real quick so I can get my phone call. At this time, I'm going to pause this training. Do you basically get what I'm saying or understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. Some part it's not clear at all. Can you repeat? Because some part you just lack out. Like I don't even know.
Hey, I'll send you the whatchamacallit, the training handbook. I'll let you read over that. Some of them doesn't really matter to what your operations will be. But I have to go, so I'm just gonna say you passed phase 2 because, to be honest with you, I currently have to go and leave. But you get the gist of what I was trying to teach somewhat, right?
Yeah.
And I will continue the second part of phase 2, and I'll just say halfway past phase 2. But I have to go. I'm very sorry, but I'll be right back.
Okay, goodbye.